Barely see a thing. Go.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily. How's it going there, Mike? Great internet, no bill in your building?
No internet in the whole building. Got it.
Wow.
Although it's so weird, I got an email from him at 7:26 a.m. this morning. The internet's down. How'd you email me?
They're just letting you know. So when you get your internet, you can get, because most people have cell coverage still. They can get their email.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure they have a backup.
All right. So unfortunately, unfortunately, the BLS report did not come out the way we wanted it today.
What happened?
And as of right now, bonds are down 13 basis points, and the 10-year is up to 4.24, which is up 12 basis points. Nothing major number. But the Bureau of Labor Statistics announced the creation of 199,000 jobs in November, surpassing the anticipated 100. They were expecting 190,000, and it came in at 199,000, so 9,000 more. They looked at the revision in the past 2 months, somewhat offset this figure. September's numbers were adjusted down from 297,000 to 262,000, so they went lower, and October remained at 150,000. If you look at the gains, notably
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're slow when you talk, so I understand that. Notably, 47,000 of these gains were due to the return of film and auto strike workers. I can't believe they got unemployment when they're on strike. Yeah. I know you're laughing on your side, but we can't hear you.
I guess they pay you.
Year-over-year earnings maintained a 4% rate. So if you look at the numbers overall, it's not that bad. It's just, a little bit worse than not the way we wanted it to go. It's not going to be a perfect straight line up or straight line down. It's going to be stairs to get there. If you look at the job, remember the job report campaign has two surveys, the business survey and then the actual household survey, which gets the unemployment rate. So the business survey is the one that came up with 747,000 new jobs and labor force expanding by 532,000. But if you look at the decrease in unemployment, unemployment went down from 3.9% to 3.7%. And that, again, is that by calling and talking to people. So people have found work. However, if you look at the overall downward trend, there has been a decrease in job openings, rising difficulty in job hunting, and a dip in manufacturer employment, and the decline of job listings per ZipRecruiter. So if you look at this, if you're looking for a job, it's not as easy to get a job these days as they say it is.
Huh. Yeah. That doesn't seem true.
I know some people put in for many, many, many jobs, and they keep getting back where, we went with somebody with more experience, or we're going in a different direction, or we're, and then the job is still posted. So I think a lot of the jobs, they're just not going to fill right now.
Exactly. I think that's probably the biggest thing is they're just looking at, can we afford to hire somebody right now?
Well, what's going to happen next year? All right. Next week's numbers. Monday is the 10-year auction. Tuesday, Consumer Price Index, CPI, and the 30-year bond auction. Wednesday is PPI, Producer Price Index, and the Fed meeting. And Thursday, again, retail sales and initial jobless claims. That's correct.
Wow.
All right.
Well, I always thought PPI was what the Irish guy said after a trip to the bar.
Yeah, what they got.
Dad joke.
Moving on. I'm moving on because I don't even know where to go with that.
You want some state numbers? We haven't looked at state numbers in a while.
Yeah, since last week. Yeah.
Did we look at it last week?
Of course we did.
477 closed transactions per day for the week ending this week, I guess.
Well, it'd be in December 2nd. That would be last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday. I cannot see it on my screen. And if I
I made it larger.
If I try to enlarge it on my laptop, everything blows out of whack. So
you're on a hot spot too, so that's the reason.
Exactly. 381 pendings.
457 new listings per day.
Yeah.
What realtors are saying? I can't. Can you roll that up a little bit?
Yeah, I can. Hold on 1 second.
We have been. It's 5 seconds.
That's almost a minute, huh? Look at that.
In internet time. All right. So what realtors are saying, 18% of them closed the sale, 16% of them got into escrow, and 19% listed a property. So 1 in 5 listed a property, about 1 in 5 closed the sale, and less than 1 in 5 entered into escrow.
Yeah.
Ooh, what realtors think will happen? 10%.
At least
1 in 10 thinks sales will be up. And we'll just say 1 in 10 says prices will be up, but 1 in that would be like 8 listings will be up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny is yesterday I read a couple articles where I think they were just trying to sell some newspaper ads or something, where they were talking about how prices are going to fall through the floor the beginning of next year. And I still can't figure out how, with no inventory, prices would fall through the floor.
Because they're thinking, so this is the chicken and the egg situation. Is the buyer's going to come to the market in the first part of the year, or the seller's going to come first? If the sellers come first and the buyers aren't there, values might soften in certain markets. If the buyers show up before the sellers, it's going to go the opposite. I think it's going to be even. I think they're going to both be coming out at the same time, and there's just such a pent-up demand and not enough homes on the market still. And you got to remember, when they're talking those stories, that's nationwide. They're going to find a market like Tampa that is having problems and look at those things. But I do want to talk about one thing.
Exactly.
I had someplace unique. But I do want to talk about something. So I had a agent reach out to me. We did a transaction back in February, and it's a veterans transaction. I'm not going to get in the whole story, but long story short, the septic failed when they got into the house. It flooded, when they used it, and they started researching it. Can you hear me? Because you're like blurred. All right. I'm just going to keep going. All right. So what happened was they found out that the seller had made up the septic clearance. They had the logo, they had the signing, they had all that stuff, and they falsified the actual clearance report and everything else. Yeah. And so now that's going to be going to court. But people don't realize it's a VA or FHA. That's a federal offense because those are federal loans.
That's a federal.
Yeah, I knew a guy who actually was trying to help his employee buy a place back in the 90s. And what happened was they said that they made more money per hour, than they did to qualify for the loan. The loan went into foreclosure. They came back and researched it and found out that the actual employer had done that. The actual employer went to jail for a short period of time because it was a federal offense. So just understand, don't do anything. As agents, don't trust stuff from the sellers. Don't trust stuff from anybody. Verify from the actual company that is what's going on, and that is true. So that's what you should do. And that's all I wanted to get on. So make sure wherever you get these reports that you can verify they are they're true reports. And that's all I wanted to talk about. You missed it all, Mike. It's that lovely hot spot. What are you going to do? All right. Say goodbye, Mike. We're going to go today. All right, everybody, make it a great day. Mike will be back in the studio on Monday, and we won't have these issues. So everybody say goodbye. And Mike, thanks for being here. And we really appreciate you for being here. Thanks. Have a great day. And we'll talk to you next week.